The fulfillment scam exposed. Why your spiritual journey is actually making you miserable. If you've spent thousands on self-help courses, attended endless workshops, and still feel empty inside, this video will blow your mind. I'm about to expose the billion-dollar industry secret that's been keeping you trapped in an endless cycle of spiritual consumption. What I'm about to reveal will completely change how you see personal development forever. The happiness algorithm hack: how big spirituality programmed your brain to never be satisfied. Your mind has been hacked, and you didn't even notice. Right now, there's malicious code running in the background of your brain, making you believe that true happiness is always just one more course, book, or retreat away. Welcome to the most sophisticated control system of the modern era, the fulfillment matrix. Here's what the spiritual industry doesn't want you to know. They discovered the critical flaw in human psychology: our hardwired tendency to seek future rewards. They've weaponized this biological bug and turned it into an infinite profit machine. They're not selling you solutions. They're selling you the eternal search for solutions. It's genius and diabolical at the same time. The brutal truth no guru will tell you: the fulfillment you're chasing is a temporary state, not a permanent destination. It's like trying to catch water with your bare hands. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. Your brain has been conditioned to reject this reality because it would completely destroy an entire industry's business model. A groundbreaking Harvard study followed over 5,000 people for 15 years and discovered something shocking. Those who obsessively pursued happiness reported significantly higher levels of anxiety and depression. The paradox is real: the more desperately you chase fulfillment, the further it runs from you. I've cracked the code. You're stuck in an infinite loop of spiritual consumption. You buy a course on abundance, feel temporary euphoria, crash back to your baseline. Buy another course on life purpose. Repeat the cycle. Your bank account gets lighter, but your emptiness only grows deeper. Your mental health deteriorates not because you're weak or spiritually behind, but because you're trying to run incompatible software on your emotional hardware. The stress, anxiety, and feelings of failure aren't personal defects. They're symptoms of a system overload trying to process a reality that doesn't exist. The mind analyst has identified the pattern. You're not consuming spiritual content to transform, you're consuming it to feed the fantasy of transformation. Every video watched, every book purchased, every workshop attended feeds the illusion that you're evolving, when you're actually just postponing real life. Here's the hidden code governing your mind. My real life begins when I become complete. This corrupted algorithm transforms every present moment into a waiting room. You're not living, you're waiting for permission to live. And that permission never comes, because the system needs you to keep waiting. Your existential anxiety isn't a personality flaw, it's a feature of the system. It keeps you moving, always seeking, always dissatisfied, always consuming. The emptiness you feel isn't the absence of purpose. It's the presence of programming that prevents you from recognizing the purpose that's already here. Freedom begins when you recognize you've been infected. The first step to curing a virus is detecting it. Your mind is running software that wasn't designed by you, for you. It was designed by an industry that profits from your perpetual dissatisfaction. Practical action mind hack number 1. For 24 hours, implement the emotional reset protocol. Every time you catch yourself thinking, unhappy when, stop immediately and take 3 deep breaths. Then ask, what can I appreciate right now? Document your observations. This simple redirect will begin deprogramming years of conditioning. If you're ready to break the infinite spiritual consumption cycle, type reset in the comments. Hit that like button if you recognize you've been programmed to never be satisfied, and subscribe to keep decoding the algorithms controlling your mind. The future perfect virus: how your mind got infected with perpetual dissatisfaction. Code. I've discovered something disturbing in the data. 97% of people consuming personal development content are infected with the same mental virus. It's called future perfect syndrome, malicious programming that hijacks your reward system and redirects it toward targets that don't exist. Let me show you how this psychological hack works. Your mind has been programmed to believe there's an upgraded version of you in the future, wiser, more enlightened, more fulfilled. This future version became your real self. while your current version is just an imperfect draft. It's brilliant manipulation because it keeps you in a constant state of dissatisfaction with the present. The control system is more sophisticated than you imagine. It's not just selling you products. It's selling you an aspirational identity. You don't buy a meditation course. You buy the possibility of becoming someone who meditates. You don't pay for a retreat. You invest in the illusion that you'll return permanently transformed. Your dopamine, the pleasure neurotransmitter, has been completely hijacked. A Stanford University study revealed that the human brain releases more dopamine in anticipation of reward than in the reward itself. The spiritual industry discovered this and created products that maximize anticipation while minimizing actual satisfaction. It's pure addiction disguised as personal growth. The mind analyst has detected the infection pattern. You consume spiritual content not to transform, but to feed the fantasy of transformation. Each video, book, and workshop feeds the illusion that you're evolving when you're actually just postponing authentic living. Here's the brutal reality. The spiritual marketplace has turned your natural growth impulse into a subscription service. They've gamified enlightenment, creating endless levels, achievements, and upgrades. You're not seeking truth. You're seeking the next dopamine hit disguised as spiritual progress. Your brain chemistry has been rewired to associate present moment dissatisfaction with future moment salvation. Every time you feel restless, unfulfilled, or stuck, your conditioned response is to consume more spiritual content rather than simply be present with what's actually happening. This is psychological warfare at its finest. They've convinced you that your natural human emotions, sadness, anger, fear, frustration, are evidence of spiritual failure rather than normal aspects of the human experience. So you keep buying solutions to fix what was never broken. The most insidious part, they've made questioning the system seem like spiritual bypassing. If you doubt the endless seeking, you're not committed to growth. If you question the constant consumption, you're resisting transformation. It's a perfectly closed loop that makes escape seem like spiritual failure. Your anxiety about not being where you should be isn't intuition, it's programmed obsolescence. Like tech companies releasing new phones, the spiritual industry has trained you to feel outdated by your current level of consciousness. There's always a new model of yourself to upgrade to. The liberation begins when you recognize that you're not behind, broken, or in need of fixing. You're exactly where you need to be, experiencing exactly what you need to experience. The dissatisfaction you feel isn't evidence of spiritual inadequacy, it's evidence of successful programming designed to keep you consuming. Practical action mind hack number 2. Implement the mental virus detector. For 1 week, whenever you catch yourself thinking about your enlightened future self, ask, what emotion am I avoiding in the present? And what action am I postponing until I feel ready? This diagnostic will expose how the future perfect virus is sabotaging your actual life. If you recognize your mind has been infected with the future perfect virus, type detected in the comments. Like this video if you're ready to stop waiting for life and start living it, and subscribe to continue the mental disinfection process. The false purpose GPS, how they sold you broken directions to your own life. They sold you the wrong map. For years, you've been following coordinates that lead nowhere, trying to reach a destination that doesn't exist. It's time to burn this false map and activate your internal GPS. Get ready to discover that you don't need to find your purpose, you need to recognize you're already living it. The greatest manipulation of the modern era was convincing you that purpose is a singular, grandiose destination you must discover through an epic journey. It's a lie. Your purpose isn't a career you'll find, a mission you'll discover, or a role you'll assume. Your purpose is how you choose to be present in life, moment by moment. The system created a gamified version of life purpose. Like a video game, you need to complete certain levels self-awareness, collect certain items, transformative experiences, defeat certain bosses, traumas, and limitations, to finally unlock the ultimate prize, your true purpose. It's an illusion perfectly designed to keep you playing forever. University of Michigan researchers studied over 10,000 people for 2 decades and discovered something revolutionary. Those who reported finding their purpose didn't have fewer problems or more success. The difference was in how they interpreted their daily experiences. They didn't find a purpose. They chose to create meaning in what they were already doing. Your mind has been programmed to believe there's a correct version of your life waiting to be discovered. This programming completely disconnects you from what's happening now. You become a tourist in your own life, always looking for something more meaningful, more authentic, more you. The mind analyst identified the fatal bug. You've outsourced your internal compass. You trust what coaches say about your purpose more than what your own experience reveals. Your intuition has been replaced by external algorithms that promise to calculate your life path based on generic formulas. Here's the subversive truth the industry fears. Your purpose isn't something you find. It's something you express through your daily choices. Every time you choose honesty over convenience, courage over security, authenticity over approval, you're living your purpose in real time. The purpose-finding industry has created artificial scarcity around something that's naturally abundant. They've convinced you that purpose is rare, hidden, and requires expert guidance to discover. The reality? Purpose is as available as your next breath, your next choice, your next moment of presence. Your confusion about purpose isn't evidence of being lost, it's evidence of being human. Humans aren't designed to have one singular purpose. We're designed to find meaning in multiple ways, in different seasons of life, through various expressions of our authentic nature. The most damaging myth is that purpose must be profound, world-changing, or lucrative. This impossible standard keeps you searching for some grandiose calling while dismissing the sacred significance of how you show up in ordinary moments. Your purpose might be how you listen to a friend, how you prepare breakfast, how you treat strangers. The freedom begins when you stop following maps made by others and start drawing your own path. There's no correct version of your life waiting to be discovered. There's only the version you're creating now, with each breath, each decision, each moment of presence. Your authentic self isn't hiding somewhere waiting to be found. It's expressing itself right now in this moment, through your responses to what life presents. The seeking itself often becomes the obstacle to recognizing what's already present. Practical action mind hack number 3. Activate your internal GPS with the micro-purpose exercise. For 7 days, upon waking, ask, how can I bring more authenticity to today? It might be having an honest conversation, doing something you genuinely enjoy, or simply being more present. Notice how these small choices shift your perception of meaning. If you're ready to stop following false maps and trust your internal navigation, type GPS active in the comments. Like this video if you recognize you're already living your purpose without realizing it, and subscribe to continue activating your native intelligence. The real fulfillment code: how to hack the system and find the peace that already exists. It's time for the final revelation. After analyzing thousands of lines of mental code, I've discovered the secret algorithm of real fulfillment. It's not in any course, book, or method. It's been running in the background of your mind since the day you were born. You just need to stop trying to fix it and start recognizing it. The fulfillment you're seeking isn't a state of arrival, it's a state of recognition. It's when you finally realize you've been looking in the future for something that always existed in the present. The spiritual industry hacked your perception so you'd interpret this recognition as just the beginning instead of already here. Here's the $1 million secret. Fulfillment isn't the absence of problems. It's the capacity to be present with any experience without needing to change it. When you stop fighting what's happening and start dancing with life, you don't find peace, you realize you always were the peace looking for itself. The system programmed you to believe fulfillment is a constant feeling of happiness and lightness. This is the most sophisticated manipulation of all, turning a natural state of acceptance into an emotional commodity. Real fulfillment includes sadness, anger, fear, all frequencies of the human spectrum experienced without resistance. A groundbreaking University of Wisconsin study followed Tibetan monks for 15 years and discovered something surprising. They didn't report consistently high levels of happiness. What they had was an extraordinary ability to be present with any emotional state without judgment. They didn't transcend the human condition. They embraced it completely. The mind analyst cracked the code. You have direct access to fulfillment at any moment, through any experience. You don't need special preparation, specific mental states, or external achievements. You just need to stop looking elsewhere for what's happening right here, right now. Your evolution isn't about becoming someone different. It's about becoming more yourself. Every time you stop trying to be better and start being more real, you're not progressing toward fulfillment, you're removing the layers that were hiding the fulfillment that already exists. The final subversive truth: you don't need healing because you were never broken. You don't need completion because you were never incomplete. You don't need to find yourself because you were never lost. The system convinced you otherwise so it could sell solutions to problems you never had. This isn't positive thinking or spiritual bypassing. This is recognizing the fundamental completeness that exists prior to all seeking. The search itself creates the sense of incompleteness. When you stop seeking fulfillment and start recognizing it, the game changes completely. The fulfillment industry profits from your amnesia about your true nature. They've convinced you that what you naturally are, awareness, presence, peace, must be earned, achieved, or awakened to. The joke is on them. You can't achieve what you already are. Every moment of dissatisfaction, every feeling of incompleteness, every urge to seek something more, these aren't obstacles to fulfillment. They're fulfillment itself, expressing in different costumes. When you stop rejecting any aspect of your experience, you discover that fulfillment isn't something you get. It's something you are. Practical action. Final mind hack: implement the recognition protocol 3 times daily, for just 60 seconds. Stop completely and ask, what's here now that I don't need to change? It might be a feeling, physical sensation, or thought. Simply acknowledge without trying to improve. This is the real fulfillment code: recognition without modification. If you finally recognize that the fulfillment you sought was always here, type "recognized" in the comments. Like this video if you understand you don't need to become anyone to be complete, and subscribe to keep decoding the algorithms of real life. And if this video hacked your perception and helped you find the peace that was always here, share it with someone still looking in the wrong places. The consciousness revolution happens when we stop seeking and start recognizing.